This video is made for adult collectors because I bought a Lego set from my local shop, opened it up, and surprised there was a green goblin in it. That wasn't supposed to be in the set, but now I have this like $50 minifig. That's awesome. I was cleaning through some drawers yesterday just looking for something, and I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found something else that was really cool. I found this. It's my old DS, and guess what's in it? It's got Bionicle Heroes, and I love this game. It's like Doom, but Bionicles. It's great, but I also found something else in there. It's in here. I'm gonna actually try this later. I haven't played this in, like, a very long time. This initially started as me just wanting to do a video on the Age of Extinction Voyager and the Energon 2-pack, because yes, that is a thing that exists. But then it changed to animated Grimlock. Then I thought I might as well do them together, but then I'm never doing that again. I remember that I had the Studio Series 1, then the Age of Extinction Leader, and then SS86. This just ended up being a video about every Grimlock I own, featuring the ones at Comic Alley Toys, not sponsored, because I remember they also had a whole bunch I don't have. But I'm not going to mention every single Grimlock toy because we would be here for 1,000 years and I ain't got time for that. Rather, I'm going to talk about the ones I own and mention some of the ones that my local shop has because I thought it would be neat. I don't know. Me color. It's me. Don't laugh at me. It's me color. All of this is in prep for the 2 big ticket Grimlocks we got coming out this year. Missing Link and a freaking Titan. Wait, you aren't a T-Rex? Get the hell out of here. Also, what Grimlock toy is your favorite? Please let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I guess we'll go chronologically though and start at the very beginning. G1 Grimlock. I've always wanted a G1 Grimlock. He's been a mini grail of mine for a while, and this one is in amazing shape. Helps that it also came with the box, but that's packed away somewhere. I have no idea where it went. This can fit Diaclone drivers, but because I'm a doofus, I can't seem to get the friggin' door open. Pain. He does have the stance of those old T-Rex sketches, but you can do this. Okay, no, that looks weird like this. Put him back. Put it back. I like all the chrome it's got and the clear neck. It's always a cool ass detail to see like the internal workings of it. Being a G1 toy, very easy to do. I will say mine's got some loose knees and those aren't screws, so I'm kind of screwed. See what I did there? I'm sorry. So we're gonna compress these, then we're going to fold the tail out on either side, just sort of fillet it, push the legs out. Oh no, before you do that, this is important because it's getting in the way. You take the head and you pull it. This is scary, very scary. It doesn't want to, there we go. Take that out, open this up, then flip the chest up, and then you can take these and pop the legs out. And then you make him do the splits and then fold it down so that his hips are in the right place. Then we're gonna take the chest, flip it up on the double hinge, and there he is as a robot. I'm really curious to see how the Missing Link is going to tackle this. Oh my great googly moogly, why is he built like this? I need to show you the side view. Whoa, the posture. He has weapons, but mine are in the box, which again, I don't know where the box wandered off to. It grew legs and ran away from me. And forget articulation, because he basically has like no usable articulation outside of the shoulders. And then after that, oh no, this one. This is the... Wait, how did I spell Energon? Oh, Lord. This is the Energon Grimlock. This is going to my friend Dylan, but before it goes to him, we're gonna point at it and laugh. Ha, ha. Wait, you get out of here. Ha, ha. This is the Age of Extinction deco, and as far as I know, it doesn't have any mold changes. It does still do the combining thing, but they never did a swoop, so I'm just gonna skip that. Hang on, why am I in robot mode? This is supposed to all start in their dinosaur modes. Oh, that's not any better looking. The proportions are weird as hell. I like the details all over the dino with the pistons and the sculpting and the nice sharp cheddar color, like yellow. Costco brick of cheese, baby. This version comes with a sword that goes nowhere on the dinosaur mode. It kind of follows the same skeleton as the G1 toy, so like the hands, they come out of here, you push these claws back. You can leave these ones out or push them forward. I like to push them forward just because it looks like Wolverine claws. Then you want to take these claws, fold them up, get the head down. We're gonna take the tail, just like the G1 toy, and split it in half. Then this, which has a nice ratchet sound, comes down, then you split the legs and you fold out the heels that don't really do anything. And then you slide the arms up. They're on little sliders, so they go all the way up there. This one's not moving. Then you want to open this back section up and pull the head, which is easier said than done. Ow! And get it tucked into place. Make sure these arms are all the way up because I don't want to, there we go. Now they're all the way up. And there he is. His heels don't really like being heels and he falls a lot. And yeah, he's built a bit awkward. Again, I like the colors and the details, sporting a more G1 look over the original version of this mold, which is here shoved in this box. I was in charge of reassembling this figure when they bought this whole lot. Oh yeah, here we are at Comic Alley, not sponsored. The swoop was a pain in the ass to put back together, so I ain't touching that thing ever again.
His guts come out, and they're squishy.
Oh my god. Oh, you just ripped him out. No. No, he's dead. No. Save my guy. What's this? I don't even know this thing's name.
The Acklay.
Acolyte?
Acklay.
Oh. His poor corpse. Oh no, his blade snapped. Yeah. How do you... Okay. But yeah, Energon one is... yeah, but again, I'm not keeping it. And then who's next? I think it's animated, seeing as I don't have classics. Comic Alley did have a classics Grimlock, which was one of the reasons I went over there to film it, but when I got there, it was gone, and animated. I have the Voyager and the Activator. The Activator wants to explode right now. It's aching to go kaboom, but it looks cool with that red and yellow and the bits of black. But now I'm just gonna press the button at the back here and grant its wish of exploding. Okay, this deco is amazing. I really wish they did the Voyager in these colors. The red with the crackling, and it makes it look like it's made out of magma rock. His arms are super long and he has no weapons, but I still really like the way this thing looks. His articulation is really good with ball joints everywhere in the arms and legs, universal shoulders. My figure's feet are a tad bit on the loose side, so balance can be a slight issue. Then we come stomping in with the Voyager. Oh shit! Don't worry, it's an animated toy, it survived. If that was a prime toy, I'd be worried. He is super intimidating and like low. I really like this dino mode. He also has a mouth opening gimmick. His legs are a bit off though because of the stance and how the joints work. They're a bit awkward in motion. I do like the colors, but I kind of wish they were a tad brighter. Might just because I like the Activator's deco so much. Speaking of which, Comic Alley also had the regular Activator. Right after this shot, I did drop it on the floor. Just like the other Grimlocks, this follows the same sort of skeleton as the G1 toy. Also, he's just hanging out down there. Hello. So what we're gonna do is pull the tail apart at the back here, get the arms as straightened out as possible, fold up the wrists just to get them to look normal. The elbows are just gonna look like that. That's yeah. Then you take this entire assembly up, and this is where it becomes a little bit more interesting because you have this entire shell here that folds up at the back and pegs in to become the heels. This one doesn't like pegging in though for some reason, so then you straighten that out and you straighten out the legs, and then you take this entire assembly here, shift it up, it will click, fold the arms down, and then just open this up and get the head situated up here. And yeah, ta-da, Grimlock. He looks great. I think it's my second favorite Grimlock design after this massive brute. Again, the arms are awkward and strange, and the sword ejecting gimmick doesn't seem to want to work on mine, but he can hold that sword and it looks pretty damn cool. His articulation is awkward. The shoulders don't go out as much as I'd like. The legs have below the knee swivels and no thigh swivels, nor does he have biceps, but it's a 2007 toy. There's also the masterpiece I want to get at some point, but I don't have. Comic Alley did have it, but they don't have it anymore because, well, it's a store, things get sold, so instead have this MP01 missing its head and foot that I put on a top shelf that no one else can reach because I'm taller than everybody that works there. And then there's the Fall of Cybertron one, which is a strange figure in this baggie here, and then it got redecoed into the RID-15 one, which I think wears the mold a bit better in this baggie here. Oh, and I completely forgot about the time they did him as a green excavator thingy that became a set of arms for a combiner that looks like this. Goofy Grimlock. Back to the ones I own though, it's movie time. My favorite Grimlock design, even if he does pretty much nothing but aura farm the entire time he's on screen. But this design to me is so cool. And the original Voyager was just a really interesting figure in a sea of we have to make things easier now because kid/parent complaints or something. This is the 2-pack deco, and I much prefer this from the normal one. It looks so cool. I'm glad they started with a more colorful deco over the film's rustic gray and green. He does have a pretty large humpback, and I remember that being everyone's biggest complaint when this figure came out. Pressing the button on his jaw does make his mouth close so he can go arg, 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 arg. The mace plugs into the tail, and that makes it even longer, and that looks a bit stupid. That's stupid. So again, following a similar placement of where the limbs go from the G1 design, however, getting them there is a little bit different, and it becomes very unique and interesting, and then it becomes really unique and interesting when you move on to this thing, but we'll get to that later. This guy, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open this hump up and then take the head and split it open like that. Then you want to take the legs and unpeg them from this chest plate here and then bring them all the way down. You can take the arms and we're going to fold these up and just get them out of the way, fold up the heels, spread that. Then we're going to take these hip sections here and fold them forward. They will form these sort of knight hip skirt things. Then you bring these little arms forward as well and get them folded onto the side. You bring the chest plate down and that will tab in. You fold up the feet. That's basically the lower body completed. Then we'll fold the head forward a little bit. We'll get the arms down here. You want to take this jaw and split it in half, fold up the ears, then flip that through there. This will come in here and peg everything at the top together. Fold a little hump down at the back there. Now the arms. You're supposed to flip them around like this and peg this in. That gives him gorilla arms, but you can just unpeg them and rotate the wrist. And so that's what I'm going to do. And there you have Grimlock. So like the legs become the tail and the arms become the dino legs, but getting everything here is so much more unique and interesting and a lot of fun. That's a pretty sick robot design. It's not super accurate, but I still really enjoy the way it looks. The jaw is hanging off his ass though. He can still go arr, arr, arr. Again, I really like this 2-pack deco. It looks neat. It uses that gray that I'm not usually a huge fan of, but here I think it works well. I love the way it accomplishes the shoulder pads. I think it's the best way they've done this because so far it's either been fake parts or that. We'll get to the hot dog later. He looks pretty epic with the mace and mixed with actually good articulation outside of having a waist joint. He looks really cool, though his ankle tilts are a little bit higher up than I would like. Okay, now let's move on to the hot dog. Oh man, I haven't touched this thing in a very long time. So let's see if I remember how this idiot works. He's so long and his tail is so short and his head's strange. Just a lot of strange. Oh, and the chrome. Why? I never really knew why they decided to chrome all of the leaders for Age of Extinction. It was strange. And it appears this one's rubber parts are ever so slightly starting to deteriorate. That's fun. Let's just make him a robot because that's the better of the two modes. All right, let's see if I remember how this works. It's been a while. So you straighten out the arms. It's already starting to want to come apart here. You want to take the entire tail and take it off. Then we're going to, what are we doing next? Open up the torso. So we're going to bring the bits underneath out, bring the bits at the top out, bring all this stuff. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to take all that out and then bring this around, fold the hands up. Then we're going to take the legs and straighten them out and fold this entire assembly around. Get the foot here, bring it out while folding it in on a weird hinge assembly to then peg it into the black part and leave that there. You're supposed to fold the rubber bits out. I forgot to and I couldn't be bothered. Then we're going to take these shoulders, unpeg them, bring these sections at the back out, and then compress the chest down to reveal his head. Then you want to bring these coattails and bring them down. Take the top part here, split these neck pieces. The neck piece, there we go. Then you split the head. Then you fold this around and it will peg in like that to form what I think is the worst version of the dino head shoulder pads. But then you get the shoulder pads plugged in. And then these teeth bits are gonna come around. They've gotten very dry over the years, so I'm probably not touching this figure ever again. And there you have the figure done, and then the tail you took off. This piece comes off, this folds out somehow, and that forms a shield, and that will plug into the back of the dino foot there. And then this will open up like that. You pull this section down, bring this all the way up, and that forms his mace, and it just clicks into the other hand. Yeah, I said it was the better of the two modes, but it still looks weird. He's so skinny and flat and not anything like the monstrosity in the movie. He does have the mace and a pretty cool shield, which I believe was part of the concept art. I could be wrong. He also does the coattails, which I think is the only figure at the time to have done them properly and not like this. But yeah, the only reason I have this is because I have to have every Leader movie mold because I am a dingus. I don't know. But now we move on to modern Transformers Studio Series. Studio Series actually started with Grimlock. He's a massive ass leader that I remember when like the first pictures of this and Blackout leaked. People, myself included, thought that they were movie masterpiece figures. But no. He's a Studio Series figure, and here he is in all of his awkward glory. I really do like how this looks, though. I wasn't a fan of this figure when it came out, but then they reissued it in Buzzworthy, and getting it again made me really like the way that this thing looks in robot mode. Dinosaur mode, He's now gonna be dwarfed by the new one, and I'm so excited to get that. I only wish his mouth could close and all that stuff at the back was a little bit cleaner, but otherwise I can't wait. But they went all out on the deco for this guy with the paint wash and the dry brushing, and that sort of I'm made of metal and have been sitting underwater for years paint. It's very nice. I really hope the Titan looks like this. The Dino mode though has a lot of awkward to it, as I alluded to earlier, because of like the skeletal weirdly long neck and the way that the legs don't really compress that well. Now we're breaking the Grimlock traditions with the transformation. So the Grimlock traditional transformation thing was that was English, was broken with the classics one, where the classics one does some weird stuff, and this does some weird stuff to get into robot mode, because normally the arms are the legs, right? But this time the legs are the legs. So to start with, we're gonna fold out his toes and then rotate the feet forward 180 degrees. Then we want to take these arms and just fold them up here like that. We are then going to split this section here and get these bits out. This hip skirt may fall off. It likes to do that quite a bit. Then we'll take that tail section, bring it down. We'll bring this entire assembly down like that and just sort of leave it there. Then we're going to take this arm. We're going to bring the top part of the jaw up and out of the way to allow you to then take the entire arm out and flip it around. We're going to then fold this up to form that little spike bit that sticks off his arm, and then I like to fold the dino arms up here and just leave them there. This arm, you're going to take this bit and fold it up. That will form the other shoulder pad. You fold up the tail, flip out that piece, and then rotate the arm around. Then we are going to rotate the waist 180 degrees, open up this section here in the torso, if I can get it open. Flip out the head, close this section up, flip out his horn. So fold the hip skirt up all the way, get these side panels here folded down. Then you want to bring this section up, and it's going to peg into the torso and together. So you clip it into the torso and then you peg it together like that. Then we're going to straighten out the legs because they're digigrade right now. Fold this panel down and get it all lined up with the outside of his like pseudo diaper looking thing. Get the coattails folded down, get this shoulder pad folded in, and that's Grimlock. That's better. That robot looks so damn cool. He has the ball hand. That's so sick. There is so much detail on display here. I love the head sculpt. There's so much going on. And the rest of the detail along this guy is wonderful. I never get bored looking at this thing because it's so cool. His articulation is strange because this was right before Hasbro and Takara really settled on a standardized set of joints. So there are some things that are a bit weird. But for standardized though, we got this figure. SS86 Grimlock. To me, this is probably the most perfect mainline Grimlock figure. It isn't actually perfect in my mind. There's still a couple of small issues, but it is so close. It's an extremely good Grimlock. It's like a better version of the Masterpiece, even though I don't have the Masterpiece. So here's that same Optimus again because it's funny. My only real issue in the dino mode is I think the head is like just a little too thin for my liking. His transformation is straight up just the G1 figure with more bits and it's very smooth. I don't know if you heard that, but the snowplow just went by. That means that who needs to go to the gym when you have to go and shovel the driveway? Fold out the hands like that. Get this head up. Bring the wings out. Unpeg, stupid idiot. There we go. Get the wings out. Fold this up. Bring this section up and out. Split the legs, fold out the tail and compress it into the leg. And then you bring this down, fold that up, fold out the heel, bring this down, fold that up, fold out the heel. That's it. That's literally it. You're all done. You just need to like straighten things out a bit. But yeah, it's super easy and fun to do back and forth. It's just a more complicated version of this, except the posture is so much better. That's a very, very nice Grimlock. And this mold came out in several decos, so you can get it in whatever flavor you want. The comic deco, the G2 one, the other G2 one, here's mine sitting at the store, the shattered glass one, and then one in black with Megatron's head that turns into a thing that's trying to be Godzilla but clearly isn't. Okay, I'll stop now. But I love the way this turned out. My only gripe are that these wings can get loose over time and then the paint in the torso likes to chip. But his articulation is the standard we now have on almost every figure, almost. Even though I adore Widow. But this Grimlock commands a presence, stomping in on any shelf and looking fantastic standing in front of all the other Dinobots. And that brings us to Missing Link and the Titan. Missing Link isn't out yet, and the Titan at the time of me recording this isn't up for pre-order yet. I am very excited for those two. I think of all the Grimlocks I have though and have messed with, my favorite has to be the Age of Extinction Voyager. Something about it just rocks to me. I like how it feels, how this one looks, and how it transforms. But yeah, there's all the Grimlocks I have, and then some from my local shop, not sponsored. But yeah, which one is your favorite? Please let me know. But that's my look at, well, a bunch of T-Rexes. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.